In this video, I'm going to show you how you can save a few $100s on a pretty straightforward HVAC repair. This is a common point of failure, requires about a $20 part, but if you call a technician, it'll be $300 to $400. So let's get into it. So here's my outdoor AC compressor. Yesterday, the AC was off for a couple hours. House got up north of 80 degrees, and then when it came back on, the compressor did not come back on. Kept climbing, so it got up past 85 degrees in the house, so I started to investigate. I'll show you what I found. First things first, you want to find your disconnect box, open it up, and pull this out. Flip it from on to off. When off is up, you're good. So it just comes out. You'll see these. If they are that way, they're creating a connection. If they're this way, they are off. You can just slide that back in. Good to go. Or you can just set it aside. Then took out 4 screws, 1, 2 on the other side. You can pull this panel out to expose the electronics. All right. So right in here was my contactor, and this black wire was burned all to pieces. It looks like a loose connection caused an arc, burned up the inside of the contactor, and I could tell that this, which is called the whip, this is a liquid tight connection that holds these wires in, had slipped off of its point right here. That came loose, which allowed this to sag, pulling tension on this wire. And this had actually filled with water, which is ironic because they call it liquid tight, adding extra weight. So it kept pulling down until this wire right here broke free, had enough of a gap where it caused an arc and fried the whole thing. So let me show you what that looked like. All right, this is called a contactor. You'll find it in your outside unit. It's got a little spring here, and what it does is when your thermostat calls for air conditioning, it energizes this side here, which pulls the spring down and passes power from the hot side to the compressor, allowing it to kick on and create cold air. Now, when that arc happened, look at this. Blew out this entire section, so the part that was passing the hot wire through is gone. This has nothing to touch down on, and that's not great. So, went to a local HVAC supplier, got this one. It was $18, and like I say, if I were to call this in, it would be a multi-$100 repair, and it is literally just plug and play. As you can see, this is intact now. So when you take your old one out, make sure you take good pictures of where the wires were landing on all of these different terminals so you know where they go back. This covers that coil so that it doesn't get junk or bugs or anything in it while it's outside. So we're going to put this one in. All right, the new contactor is in. All the wires are attached exactly as they were before. So we're going to go ahead and take this, insert it back to the on position. So now that has positive contact. We're going to go flip the breaker back on and run a test. Since I didn't mention it before, it's always important to have this breaker off for extra safety. Flip that back on. As you're turning things back on, you want to reconnect the disconnect and then turn the breaker back on to restore power. All right, system is currently off. You see 77 degrees in here. Let's move it to cool. Set it to 70. Okay, it should kick on. Let's go see if the compressor is running outside. And we're back outside of the compressor. That fan is on and running. It was absolutely not moving last night. Great sign. Seems like a solid repair.